Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Melissa with Enchanted Emerald bringing you a reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs for love for the week of August 16th through August 22nd, 2026. Out of the traditional Rider-Waite deck today we have the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, the King of Cups, Temperance, the Five of Cups, and the Hanged Man coming up. So feeling as though there's a high vibrational energy coming in for you, Libra. It's a high vibrational love, and you're on the verge of a really big shift right now. I feel like you could be swimming in a sea of love. There's this very dreamy energy that comes in with this reading, Libra. I think that you're on the biggest expansion right now. I feel like you're on track to really up level in your love life right now. It's the biggest up level yet, right? I feel like you could be jumping higher and higher into a higher octave of love, right? More and more joy and higher frequencies coming in with that. I think that you're a very open channel of light right now. I think that there's a lot of light shining down on you. You could be seeing a lot of synchronicities around you in terms of you speak about something and then it comes into existence, or you talk to someone about something and then it shows up in your reality in some way, right? I think that there's a very big energy here with you paying attention to the signs that are showing up for you. I think that you could get a lot of clarity even out of conversations with others right now. And it could really help you to shift into a new perspective, right? With that Hanged Man card. I think that this is a time where tides could feel as though they're turning. You could have been in the past holding on to a lot of resentment in a love situation. And I think that that was something that in retrospect, you're able to see that those emotions that you were holding onto were holding you back. They were spilling over into your everyday life. And I think that it's almost like you reached your limit. You felt like if you went any further, allowing that to continue, that you would be in some sort of a crisis, right? And I think that this is where you begin to start to step more into your awareness. I think that you're shifting from seeing something as an ideal or idealizing the situation to seeing it for what it is, right? Shifting into a different space where you're able to see the reality of it and stay in the present moment. I think that our minds can sometimes play tricks on us, so we can create this fantasy or this illusion that everything is working out perfectly when in fact it is kind of falling apart around you. But I hear that Chapel of Love song coming in with this, and that's really just attesting to me about a commitment to yourself and finding your faith when it comes to love. I think that you could realize at this time that you've got options, right? Like you can still hold your value and draw a hard line. You can still choose peace and be lovable, still maintain your quality of being lovable, right? I think that this, just because that is happening and you're choosing forgiveness, right? It doesn't mean that you're turning a blind eye to how they treat you or how they did treat you or their behaviors, right? It's just letting them letting them go so you can move forward in peace. The forgiveness is more for you. So you're just not letting them drag you down anymore, right? And I think that this is really a time for you to choose that forgiveness and choose to forgive. And this is a time for you now to do things differently, right? I think it's almost like you're going to stop this charade, the nonsense. I get the energy of there being a lot of playful energy with that, in letting your guard down and seeing how things unfold, really inviting joy in throughout that process and not playing games with one another, right? But also not taking things too seriously or taking yourself too seriously. I think that this is a time for you to no longer explain yourself, right? Know that no is a complete sentence and your boundaries do not need to be explained to somebody, right? Because what that does is it opens up the door for someone to think that that is a negotiation when in fact it is not. So just looking here at the Five of Cups here, it's almost like this pressure valve has completely opened up. And I think that this is where you begin to release the past, release the bitterness of the past, realize that it didn't destroy you. It, in fact, built you up, right? It's made you who you are. It shaped you. It's molded you into your becoming, right? And I think that this is where you learned what boundaries mean to you. You've learned what boundaries you have to have going forward, because you know now what will and won't fly when it comes to what you will and will not accept from a partner, right? And I think that that's the biggest stumbling block perhaps that you've had, is maybe you've had difficulty allowing the boundary to stand, where the boundary then moved into an area where it was a little bit gray. There was a blurring of a boundary. Perhaps you sacrificed your peace in order to meet your partner's expectations, right? But I feel as though there's like no more of that going forward. It's like disrespect. That's a no for me, right? Like I think you're really expanding your container, your capacity to hold joy, your capacity to love, right? You've gained a deeper understanding of yourself, and you're going to fall deeper and deeper into your own awareness of yourself and your emotional needs. I think that this, when this idealization, right, it's stripped away, it's revealing that you are only interested in what feels real going forward. So what feels real to you? It's going to feel grounding. It's going to be grounding. It's going to be you operating in your truth. And you're going to know when something feels off or when someone is acting fake, right? And you're not going to tolerate that. It's trusting your gut instinct to not steer you in the wrong direction. And it's seeing people in a spotlight, right? Think of someone on stage, the lights are shining brightly on their face. They could have makeup on, but you're going to see any cosmetic flaws that they have, right? So that's really you being able not to be, someone of scrutiny for somebody, but to see them for who they are, right? And I think that this is where you can see, does this person crack under pressure? Do they handle things well? Or do they cope really well with the pressure, and how do they handle it? Because that's going to be a clue to you as to how they operate in a partnership or in a relationship dynamic. And so this is where you begin to start to do yourself a favor, right? And you're deciding not to invest your time and energy into someone that's not going to work out in the end, right? Or plain and simple, if you don't get a return on investment from this person, you're just not down for it, right? And I think that this is where what happens is it shifts your energy just so that you are conserving the energy over time. More and more of these people that kind of fall away because you decide that it's a no for you, is that when that true connection comes in and you feel it, you'll have the energy to really pour into that, pour so much love and time and energy and effort into that. And what happens in doing so is that connection will feel effortless, right? Because your capacity to hold that much more joy and that much more love, it's an outpouring of that much more love and that much more joy, right? And so it's going to feel like you just vibe. You definitely have a vibe when you get with this person, and this person sees you for who you are and really values you for who you are. So beautiful energy, Libra. I do so hope that this helps you on your journey. If this has resonated for you, I would appreciate if you could do me a favor. Just hit me in the comments, say hi, let me know where you're watching from. If you're interested in future readings, don't hesitate to hit that like and subscribe so you're in the know of all the new content. And if you're looking for a clearer picture of what's going on, what dynamic is playing out surrounding your situation, don't forget to check out your other aspects of your birth chart for a clearer picture, because you're going to want to put all the pieces together. And so that will be your sun signs, your moon signs, your rising signs, and especially your Venus sign. So, as always, I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. Thank you so much. Take care.